Well, the previous video was about almost 30 minutes long, and I'll say right now, this video probably won't be as long. It'll probably be a long video, but it won't be near as long as the video, mostly because PvP is a very, it's a complex conversation. Like, it's not an easy conversation to have with people, because everyone has like their own personal attachments to individual characters, individual guns, and things like that. So PvP conversations are harder, but today's video is about the PvE side of Destiny. If you didn't check out the last video where it's about the PvP of Destiny, at the end of this video, it will be on your left or on your right side of the screen. Check it out, get some context on just in general. These two videos are just deep dives, conversations about Destiny. As I said at the end of that video, you can have this video up on your laptop, your phone, your second monitor, and just listen. You don't have to like directly watch. This is a talking head piece. It's a conversation. Just listen to the audio, and chat if you want to. What's your opinion? So in this video, let's talk about the PvE side of Destiny. I feel like this is the easier conversation because Destiny PvE is great. And I know it's a weird thing to say because it goes through content droughts, and people mistakenly think content droughts equals bad game. But the thing about Destiny is when there is content, it's so fun, it's so good, it's across the board, or no matter what character you're playing as, no matter what guns you're using, almost all guns are more viable in PvE. Whether you're doing raids, whether you're doing strikes, whether you're doing dungeons, no matter what you're doing, PvE content is all good. It's solid. Even like lost sectors are good as well. There's no real issues towards the PvE other than the fact that they go through content droughts. They go through big content droughts. And right now, Season of the Lost is probably the best season Destiny has had, in my opinion. There's so much here. There's so much there. Like, I'm level 80 at season pass, so I do need to add like another tier to the season pass, throw some more things on there, get it to maybe add up to like 200 or more. Just because like it's 100 isn't enough. We're gonna, it's supposed to be like a 6-month long season, and we're already back at like the end of the pass. So you probably need to add some more to the season pass. But content wise, one of the smartest things that Bungie did was make the story of the season pass weekly. Instead of being able to just do it all in 1 week, you have to wait. You do some missions each week. You have to wait. And we don't those missions on, so let's say resets on Tuesdays. Let's say you get on Tuesday, you do all the missions for the Wayfinder's Voyage, and now you gotta wait till next week to continue the story. That paces the game in a way to where no one's able to just do all the content in one sitting or 2 sittings. You have to pace the content, and that was a smart decision by Bungie, because it extends the story of the Season of the Lost, and it gives us something to do each week. The other thing about Destiny that I feel like is great is if you took a break from the game and you came back for this season, you're catching up, so you have a lot of content to do. If you stop playing at the say Shadowkeep, you have Beyond Light to do, you have the new season to do. If anything you didn't do that's between those seasons and those expansions, you have so much extra content for you to do, to where there's no excuse for you to be like, oh, there's no content. And just in general, as a whole, when it comes to Destiny PvE, Destiny's I made a video a long time ago where I was like, it's so weird that every other game fails at being Destiny. Anthem failed, Avengers failed, Warframe's still kicking. It doesn't have the popularity of Destiny. Warframe's kicking. These looter shooters was what I'm talking about. Division, the newer Ghost Recon games, they all try to copy Destiny and they all fail, and Destiny just keeps going. Like, Bungie had a showcase, and they announced that like this Destiny 2 is not done. Like, Witch Queen's gonna come out, and there's gonna be like 3 more expansions at the Witch Queen, 2 or 2. It's like 2 or 3 expansions at the Witch Queen, and then it's gonna continue Destiny 2. Like, there's gonna be like a new breed of Destiny 2, where it's like you're gonna be, the story of the light is gonna be over, and then there's gonna be like something else after that. This game is continuing. Like, you would think, oh, Bungie's done, they're gonna do like Destiny 3, or do something entirely new and different. with a new IP or something. Like, no, they're continuing Destiny 2 for the next 2-3 years, maybe longer than that. And when you think about that, it's like the only way they would do that is if they know how successful the game is. And there's a meme that dead game. Nowhere near. When they had that showcase, there was over 85,000 people watching that stream. Like, that's a lot of people for a dead game. This is not a dead game. Now to imagine that Bungie's seeing their quarterly finances and be like, yeah, this is definitely a successful fucking game that we can keep freaking going with. You know, like right now, I'm looking at the Steam charts. There's currently 85,523 people in game right now at 12:22 p.m. on the East Coast on Friday, 17th of September. 85,523 people on Steam. That does not factor in PlayStation. That does not factor in Xbox. That does not factor in this game on Epic. I feel like this game's probably on Epic as well. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But there's a lot of people playing Destiny. There's a lot of people playing Destiny, and they're consistently playing. Like, these numbers aren't like just random numbers. No, this is steady. People are playing the fuck out of this game, and excuse my language, I don't really care. So it's not a dead game. Stop with that. Stop with the dead game meme. It's clearly not a dead game. It has a lot of people playing it across the board, and by across the board I mean like on every platform that it's on. People are playing the hell out of it, and there's a lot of content there for those people. Whether you are someone who is new to the game, you have a shit ton of content. Someone who's been playing the game since day one, you're still playing the game, you're still enjoying the game, you're still maintaining, you know, whatever you need to maintain when it comes to your raids, your PvP. Destiny is in a good spot right now, and I feel like across the board, whether it be PvP or PvE, the games is just solid. You know, I have very minimum raid experience. I'm trying to like change that up now. I can't really talk so much about raids. I think the strikes are usually, most strikes in the game are good. Extra Crash still sucks. The Corrupted is terrible. Like I can't stand that strike. Like, I don't know if Bungie can like nerf how often Sadia does her little push. Like, it's everything about that strike is okay until you get to like the encounter with Sadia, and then you're just like, yo, this is just dumb. This is bullshit, and it becomes frustrating. Like, that's what it becomes. Like, I'm sure there's some solid tactics out there that people have for grandmasters that where if you hear you complaining about it because you're struggling on freaking, you know, 1320 or 1290, whatever. It's like, oh, just do this, just do these strats. Like, you shouldn't have to be grandmaster level quality when it comes to like being skillful at this game to be able to do the strike itself. So just tone it down a little bit when it comes to her AoE and then just her throwing you off the freaking map. Like, tone it down a little bit, just not a lot, just a little bit, to where she's not doing it as much, because it can get frustrating. And Extra Crash when it comes to being when it's a nightfall, it's just overwhelming. And that strike's been nerfed multiple times. Like, the Bungie has nerfed that strike multiple fucking times, and it's still just such a gross ass freaking strike. But outside of that, all the strikes in the game are good strikes. Even the Corrupted, like, even though I'm complaining about Sadia's ability to push off the maps being too much, it's still a good strike. I feel like it's nicely designed. I feel like it's an overall good quality strike. Most strikes in this game are good strikes. The new strikes that they've added throughout Beyond Light have been good. The Glassway's a good strike. Got the name of the other one. Like everything Beyond Light itself. If you take out how annoying stasis has been in PvP, Beyond Light is a good expansion. Especially if you're a big fan of lore, you love Beyond Light. You know, being able to have the stranger around consistently. You know, I wish they would have Anna Bray around a lot more. She kind of just pops up just to like have some moments with her sister. That's about it. I wish Anna Bray was around a bit more when it comes to the stranger. The Beyond Light itself, it's a good expansion. This season's a good season. The armor that's come with it has been really good. I think they do a very good job when it comes to the Woken armor sets. When it comes to everything that comes from the Dreaming City, it's always been nicely designed armor and guns. The story when it comes to like the Crow has been really good. Everything like involving Crow has been really, people have become fans of the Crow, and like you ask anyone back in Destiny 1, would they be a fan of Prince Aldrin? They'll fucking laugh at your fucking face and be like, you're stupid. There's no way I fucking like that dude. He's annoying, he's a prick. Fuck Aldrin. But now that he's died and been revived as a guardian, essentially, people like the Crow. Crow's a good character. People enjoy his character, and that's an overall good storytelling and character development from Bungie. You had this character, Prince Aldrin, and people like actually fully disliked, which in general is still good writing. If you can get an emotional reaction out of anybody, be it positive or negative, that's good writing. So they had Crow, they had Prince Aldrin, who became a Crow. So from being a disliked character to being a liked character, that's so good. And Mara, we all love Mara. She's the Destiny waifu for most people, but like you're starting to feel like, you know, she's kind of like a bitch. Like you kind of feel like Mara's not a good person. Like she's not bad or evil. She kind of just like you're fully understanding that she's only in this for herself and the Reef. Like even not even just like that, just herself. All that matters is her. She doesn't care about anybody else other than herself. She doesn't care about Prince Aldrin at all. She cares about using him as a tool to further her own, you know, agenda. And like her Technians and Petra are loyal to her. Fucking who doesn't love Petra? Petra's great. So it's across. I keep saying across the board, but I can't really put my finger on anything massively negative about the PVE side of Destiny. You know, again, the biggest thing from beginning to end of Destiny 1, Destiny 2 has always been content droughts. And so until that happens, there's not a complaint to give out when it comes to the PVE side of Destiny. You know, the seasons have been good, especially this season. This season's great. Beyond Light, other than Stasis being in PvP, has been good. You know, they had one Stasis weapon getting Beyond Light when it came to the little grips, and those grips are terrible. But now there's more Stasis weapons in the game. GG's. You know, the new Stasis exotic rifle, exotic trace rifle, is really good for PvE. So unlike the grips, this is actually a good weapon. Yes, there's a gimmick to it when it comes to like using it in Shadow Realm, which is also good new content. The astral alignments is solid new content. It's not fun to play repeatedly because it gets a little old very fast, especially because people don't know the mechanics of the game, like the ones when it comes to the scoring and the glowing blue balls that you have to shoot. A lot of people ignore those. That's the alignment itself is solid new content. There's not a lot to say negative about Destiny right now as a whole. You watched the last video. I said PvP is actually in a decent state. It's in a playable state. It's not. It's been unbalanced before. It's been, you know, it's been pretty shit before, like when it came to the auto rifle meta, when it came to everyone just running around with freaking mountaintops and Bellwinter's lies. Like shotguns are still rampant, but not as bad now as it used to be. You know, gunfights are happening now. And I feel like that's a sign of good health in a PvP experience to me, is when gunfights are happening. You know, before, because of mountaintop, because of the shotgun meta, gunfights weren't happening. It was always going the exact same way. But right now, people are playing with pulse rifles. People are playing with scout rifles. People are playing with basically every form of gun in this game, including sidearms. Everything is viable right now, even if there's some guns that are more viable than others. Everything's viable, and that's good for PvP. Across the board, again, we gotta have a counter for me saying across the board. Destiny right now, if I gave it a score, like a 10 out of 10, things like that, I would say it's an 8. Destiny right now is an 8 out of 10. But the only two negatives that keeps it being a 10 out of 10 experience right now is like I said, the unbalancedness of PvP that I mentioned in the previous video, as well as I do think that Gambit is still a struggle. Gambit is still holding Destiny back. It's not, Gambit isn't terrible. Like, I don't want people to think that I think it's terrible. Don't think, because Gambit gets hated on by almost everyone in the community. It's just, it doesn't feel important. It feels just there. It feels like something that you do just to get your pinnacle awards. It doesn't feel like it matters. It's just there and you don't care about it at all. So I don't know what they can do. Maybe they come out with a new activity that replaces Gambit, and they just, you know, sunset Gambit. Who knows? You know, they vaulted. I don't really know what you can do with Gambit, but it's definitely you know, a wart, if you will, on the body of Destiny right now. Because like everything else is fine. PvP right now is in a better state. It's not great, but it's in a better state. It's fun. PVE is great across the board. Again, using that word, overusing it. But Gambit is just there. Gambit is literally just there. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to the anniversary they have coming up when they're going to celebrate the game. Bungie themselves, they're going to add some content from Destiny 1, Destiny 2. It'll be a nice armor set. They're going to turn the loot cave from Destiny 1 into an actual dungeon. You got the Witch Queen coming out. Then you got the space after that. There's a lot of positive things to be excited for when it comes to Destiny. Just, I feel like you really need to give Bungie their praise. Like right now, Bungie's doing good. Bungie's doing good. The game's in a good spot, and hopefully they maintain this momentum. Maintain it means you gotta, again, like I said before, the season pass isn't long enough because we gotta have this shit last 6 months. You gotta revamp the season pass as it goes on. You know, you gotta add another 100 freaking levels to it. You gotta throw in some other content between now and that 30th that anniversary. Oh, that's coming up. And at the anniversary, you gotta have some from that to the Witch Queen. You know, maintain the momentum, Bungie, because if you lose the momentum, people will not let that down. Destiny right now is in a good spot, both content wise and player base. The player base is there. I told you what the Steam charts are showing. Add more on that from PS4 and PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X. People are playing this game. Maintain. With all of that said, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I did kind of stretch this video. I probably could end this video like 5 minutes ago, but whatever. Hope you all enjoy. Hope you all have a good ass day. Being your boy, UTSR, can't you favorite failed content creator, the undiscovered talent. Yeah, boy, will be live on Twitch Monday through Thursday. Link description box below. Y'all be safe. You'll be content another. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.